you know it's me now. Yeah, who's it, well, he's back with a brand new beat now. Yeah, doing it, hey, 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 yeah. Ta-da-ba-ba now.
News. I'm Cassie Harnett.
And I'm Devin Clark.
This Tuesday, President Obama will announce to the country that he will send 3,000 military and medical personnel to West Africa to combat the recent Ebola outbreak. Although the Pentagon has provided a portable hospital with only 25 beds in Liberia, Obama will aid in constructing up to 17 treatment facilities around the region that will be able to hold 1,700 hospital beds. Administration officials will have the Department of Defense open a joint operation in Monrovia, Liberia, and send military personnel to construct these facilities, along with 500 healthcare workers to help care for those infected. The U.S. government will also provide 400,000 Ebola home health and treatment kits to Liberia, as well as tens of thousands of kits intended to test people for the disease. Although there is no set date on when the 17 treatment centers will be built, senior officials are worried about the spread of Ebola not only in Africa, but to other continents as well. Medical experts worry about a possible mutation that could make the virus more contagious and eventually infect the United States. In other news, the standard Kuro burger, its name comes from the word for black in Japanese, first made its debut in 2012 and gets its unusual coloring from bamboo charcoal bread and squid ink sauce. Japanese audiences liked it so much that it came again the next year as the bacon-covered Kuro Ninja burger. Now the fast food chain is doubling down in their latest version of the limited edition burger. The burger will be available for a limited time on September 19th.
Apple's iPhone 6 is nearly here. The tech giant's new device was unveiled to an eager public at a special event last week, and the day they'll hit shelves is fast approaching. iPhone 6 comes in two versions with bigger screens and better cameras than any previous models. Which one will you choose? Here's all the information we have about the new iPhones, including when and how you'll be able to get your hands on one. Apple unveiled two models of the iPhone last night. The 4.7-inch iPhone 6 is their standard model and is the direct descendant of the iPhone 5S. The iPhone 6 Plus, while containing most of the same innards as the 6, is a different beast in many ways. Designed to hit the part of the smartphone market dominated by big screen phones like the Samsung's Galaxy Note, it has a 5.5-inch screen, the biggest an iPhone has ever had by far. There are also differences to battery life and performance and a slightly upgraded camera, but in all other respects, the devices are the same. The iPhone 6 and 6 Plus will both be available in stores from 8 a.m. on September 19th. Pre-orders began on Friday, and the iPhone 6 Plus sold out almost instantly. It's currently showing a 3 to 4 week delivery estimate, but the 4.7-inch iPhone 6 is still available with delivery in 7 to 10 working days. A New York man has been arrested for riding on an ATV with a blood alcohol content 3 times the legal limit. Brian Poirier, 37, of Shirley, New York, was pulled over on Somerset Road in Searsburg for driving on a public highway with an unregistered ATV. A breathalyzer test was issued, and it was found that Poirier's blood count was 2.24% after being taken into a holding cell at Wilmington Police Station. He became combative and broke the cell door lock in an attempt to escape. He was quickly restrained and shackled to a bench in the cell. Poirier was arraigned in Bennington Criminal Court Monday for 2 felony counts related to driving under the influence and escaping from a facility while in custody. Poirier has 4 prior alcohol-related charges dating back to 1999. He is currently being held in the Rutland Jail on $5,000 bail.
Vermont prides itself on its maple syrup and Ben & Jerry's, but not the number of youth, or lack thereof. The Green Mountain State has seen a dip in percentage of youth still living in it. Students weigh in with various opinions of why this is so. I love it here, but I'm ready to get out of here to see new places, said Ruby Bushy, student of Castleton State College. Also, people leave Vermont because there's nothing to do here, Bushy said. Between September 2006 and January 2007, the state surveyed nearly 3,000 Vermont alumni living in other states. It found that 93% expressed a desire to move back, but said the difficulty of finding affordable housing and high-paying jobs were the biggest barriers. According to an article published in the 7 Days, is there anyone that people in Vermont have to look to find this answer? Tough to start business in Vermont, said Castleton State College alum Mick Wong with a major in accounting. Now, why is it so tough to start a business? Less people, less demographics, less customers, responded Wong. Also, Vermont has higher taxes, which plays a role, whereas South Carolina's are much lower and have attracted younger people, Wong said. According to the 7 Days article, She's Leaving Home, or Maybe Not, from a reporter in 2007, Vermont ranks at the bottom for people in the ages of 24 to 29, and in the top ranks for ages 50 to 54 nationally. Another report by the 2000 U.S. Census Bureau figures, published in the Department of Economic Development's April 2007 report, Growing Vermont's Next Generation Workforce, said despite the more than 20,000 young people who flock into Vermont each year to attend one of the 24 institutions of higher learning, about 80% of those college grads move away within 1 year of graduation. A chance of even wanting to start a business in Vermont can be a hurdle in itself for new graduates. Overall, lack of opportunity for college-educated people, CSC student Stanti Sean Bachler said confidently. The companies aren't here. We have to follow where the money is with our degrees, said Wong. CSC senior and 2014 Communication Department Award winner Molly DeMellier explained that there needs to be more economic activity that will essentially stimulate jobs for young people to come to. However, right now things aren't looking great for the Green Mountain State as students struggle to live in it. DeMellier talked about how she loves Vermont, but it's realistically hard to obtain a job, not to mention live. Not a place I'm considering looking for jobs. It's hardship for entrepreneurship, DeMellier said. Stay tuned for the Video Magazine for full coverage.
Recently, Fireside has made changes to their meal program, their meal exchange program. Here's Quinn Herbert with the story.
Located in the campus center, the Fireside Cafe has been faithfully serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner for years, but more recently there has been a significant change in the meal exchange program. We were able to sit down with Jeff Curto, the general manager of Sodexo Dining Services, to discuss these changes.
Meal exchange was set up in response to the low number of seats in Huden Dining Hall before we remodeled. Originally we had 250 seats in Huden Dining Hall and over 1,100 students on the meal plan. We developed this plan to move and displace some students during the busy times to Fireside. So now that we have less students and more seats, we want to bring those students back to Huden for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
But for some Fireside enthusiasts, these changes are not seen as beneficial.
Get out of classes at 6:50 and it's not enough time to go there anymore.
You can't use your meal exchanges on the weekends, and that's kind of a bummer because you save up all week long to use it for the weekend, and then you gotta use points.
Every semester we take the opportunity to evaluate our services and make improvements, improvements based on service, speed, improvements based on variety, that sort of thing. The best way that I get that feedback is through the comment cards and also through our food committee. We have a food committee that meets once a month, and we like to get their feedback and have some student-driven changes.
Quinn Herbert, CSC News, Castleton.
Month of September, the Lake Champlain Basin Program discovered a new invasive species in Vermont's largest lake, known as the spiny water flea. The spiny water flea is a plankton-like organism that disrupts bodies of water and changes the whole lake's food web. This invasive organism was originated in the northeastern Europe and then eventually migrated over to the United States, where it first arrived in Lake Huron in 1984. This bug can attach on people's fishing line and boat anchors, which can become a frustration to fishermen who regularly enjoy fishing on this famous body of water. The spiny water fleet is a prime example of why it is crucial to clean your boats and other water equipment before actually bringing it into the lake.
And the winner is the Miss America pageant for the 2015 winner was held on Sunday evening, September 14th, 2014. It came down to Miss Virginia, Courtney Page Garrett, and Miss New York, Kira Kansev. When the winner was being announced, it became a dead giveaway when they said it was a three-peat. That's right, for the third year in a row, Miss New York has won the Miss America pageant. Kira Kansev wowed the judges and crowd with channeling by Anna Kendrick by creating her own cup song to Happy by Pharrell Williams. She shared with us, "I literally, in that minute and 30 seconds, had the most fun I've ever had," she said. "And that's because I stayed true to myself and I did what I wanted to do for my talent, no matter what everybody else told me. And it paid off. I'm very happy about it." So congratulations to Kira Kansev on making a dream come true. In other news, Robin Thicke confessed this week that he was high on Vicodin and alcohol while recording and promoting the hit Blurred Lines. Originally, Pharrell Williams and Thicke were looking for something similar to Marvin Gaye's Gotta Give It Up. When the song became a hit, Thicke wanted full credit, however. Now he confesses that Pharrell had the beat and wrote almost every single part himself. 37-year-old Thicke states that he had a drug and alcohol problem for a year, and most of the interviews he went to, he was high. His addiction ended his marriage of 8 years to his wife, Paula Patton. He has since given up using Vicodin and stopped drinking alcohol. Williams still allowed Thicke to be given a co-writer credit, which entitles him to 18 to 22% of publishing royalties.
On September 29th, the Castleton Fine Arts Center will host the Vermont Symphony Orchestra as a part of the Maine and Vermont Music Festival. The event starts at 6 p.m. and tickets may be purchased at the Casella box office or on the Vermont Symphony Orchestra's website. Ticket prices are $15 for adults, $12 for students and seniors, and $10 for children under 12 years old. For more information, you can visit the Vermont Symphony Orchestra website. At the Fine Arts Center, they have a lot of events going on this fall. Here in the next couple of weeks, they have some very exciting events coming up that all students will enjoy. Such events include the performance of The Diviners, which will be presented by the Castleton Department of Theater Arts, directed by Steve Smalls. This will be at the Fine Arts Center from September 25th to the 27th at 7 p.m. and on September 28th at 2 p.m. for a matinee.
I'm Cassie Harnett.
And I'm Devin Clark.
This has been Castleton Videomagazine News.
Thanks for watching.
Due to recent news of Ray Rice's domestic violence allegations, we are asking Castleton students what they think of this situation and how the NFL should handle it.
I think that the NFL should handle it by suspending Ray Rice indefinitely and saying that they have zero tolerance for this kind of action, for this kind of violence. There are so many people in the world, so many men, women, children that look up to sports players, and they need to be the ones setting a good example.
I think it's definitely really unfortunate. There's a lot of that going on in the NFL right now, and I think they definitely need to crack down on it, make as many rules as possible to keep it out of the league.
What do you think about the Ray Rice situation, and how should the NFL handle it?
I believe that Ray Rice should have to pay the proper penalty. He shouldn't get off just because he's an NFL player. Whether that means jail time or whatever it may be, he should pay the proper penalty. And I believe the NFL handled it properly. I believe at first they handled it wrong with a 2-game suspension, but when Roger Goodell changed his mind and suspended him indefinitely, I believe they took the right path to making the right decision there. And I personally believe that he shouldn't be allowed to play in the NFL again, and I hope other teams feel the same way.
I think what Ray Rice did was really wrong, and
I think the NFL was right to terminate him, and I think that's how it should have been handled.
My view on the whole Ray Rice situation is obviously wasn't handled correctly by the NFL. Clearly, something of that nature shouldn't only receive 2 games. And now he got indefinite suspension and cut from the Ravens, but when it comes months after the fact, it seems like they're just backtracking, trying to cover themselves. Clearly, Roger Goodell should be held more accountable for what he did. If it comes out that he definitely did see the video prior to making his own decision, I think the only way you can describe that is it's embarrassing and clearly was handled in an immature way, and he needs to be held accountable for his actions.
I'm Lacey Parmenter, CSC News, Castleton.
So far this semester we've had a lot of great events going on organized by Campus Activities Board, such as Headphone Disco, Musical Talents, and many other. But coming this September 19th is Family Feud Game Show, which will be held over at the 1787 room at 9 o'clock. And here's David Ivoli with the details.
It's happening for homecoming weekend on Friday, September 19th. 9 p.m. in the 1787 room. I'm not sure, I think it's maybe 5. It's kind of just show up and make your own teams, and there might be more than 2 teams, there might not be. Of course, it's a cash prize actually, so it's cash prizes to the winning teams. It's definitely important, you learn about different artists, different entertainment. Maybe you might go to a show and then realize that's what you want to do with the rest of your life. You might meet a singer and be like, I think I can do that. And it's definitely interesting to open some doors for people. Also that weekend we have novelties in the solarium like we usually do. There's a hypnotist the next day, Saturday the 20th, 9 p.m. in the 1787 room. He came last semester and packed out Fireside, so he's going to be really good. We're going to have more dances, like the Lighted Up Party dance will be the 27th in 2 weeks. And then we're working on doing maybe a paint party dance and other different shows and events around campus. And a murder mystery dinner for Halloween.
This is Brian DeWicki reporting to you. Back to you.
This is William Shmulewski with CSC News here on WIUV 91.3 Castleton.
WIUV is a really good place to be. A lot of fun. And it's also professional. You can use this in the professional world after you graduate.
WIUV is a great community to bring your friends to or to meet new friends at. We're pretty happy, a little sassy, and a whole lot of loving.
I recommend the station to anyone who's interested in music, interested in learning about radio production, interested in meeting new friends, cool new people, interesting different kinds of people. I know I learned a lot from being here, not just about radio or about music, but also about how people work and how to communicate with people. So I recommend signing up, getting yourself an application, and having the incomparable William Shmulewski train you.
If you want to meet new people or to meet people that are like you, just come to our meetings on Thursdays. It's pretty exciting. We're always doing different events and karaokeing.
You meet a lot of different people from like Will C, who's, I don't know, he's like this crazy redneck fella. And then there's like these nerds, you got metalheads, you got every kind of person and musical spectrum that you can imagine all in one station. They all get along, and it's all a wonderful mess.
This is William Shmulewski reporting here at WIUV 91.3 Castleton.
The Fine Arts Center at Castleton State College is hosting artist Mareva Malark's Absolutely Abstract Collection. It will be held in the Christine Price Gallery until October 3rd. Born in Hollywood, California, she finds inspiration from the works of
Richard Dykencorn, Arshel Gorky, and her father. Malark paints with oil, acrylic, ink, and mixed media. Bold line work, organic shapes, and vibrant colors are distinct of her work. Moved by creation of the unknown, abstract art allows her to convey her mood, music, the sounds and imagery surrounding her. The art she creates, she quotes, allows personal interpretation, blurred realities, and the creative opportunities. Stop by Castleton State College to view her incredible work before it's too late.
Exodus has been occurring among Vermont youth, particularly among college graduates. This has had a direct impact on the economy. Less business and entrepreneurship has hindered and already hurt the Vermont economy.
And it is a problem because as we age, baby boomers age into retirement, there needs to be the workforce has to grow as well. As the number of people in retirement grows, the workforce has to grow as well.
The hard things for me is when I came up and I was getting ready to graduate or looking at jobs, just the fact that there was limited opportunities, or at least in my opinion and my thought process, there was limited opportunities. But now coming back and hearing people that ended up landing in jobs around here, there are a lot more than students realize, I think, and that's one of the things that it needs to be promoted a little bit better of, smaller companies that pay just as well and that are actually a better place to work or more fun to work.
Though Vermont has seen a dip in youth, the state has its own lifestyle that many other states cannot offer. Vermont may need to reach out to that demographic in order to keep youth from leaving.
I like to stay in Vermont to support, the local community. I think anyone who's looking to make money as their primary goal would be better off moving out of state. There's more business opportunity, but that's not a main focus of mine. I think a lot of people are fleeing out of Vermont after graduation because of the economy. I think there's a big push to really be involved with money, and Vermont's really not a place where money is a big part of the state.
This is Cassie Harnett, CSC News.
Yeah.